I think we're good. Okay, I've been having some issues. I think we're good though. Hello! Hey guys, welcome. It's Sunday. It's 1:30. I'm a little late. It's fine. How are you? I'm just getting everything set up here. You'll notice there's some mushrooms on screen. That's a little weird. Just getting everything sent out here before we get started. But I think we're good. Okay. Alright, hello! Okay, so hey guys, welcome. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different this week. I don't want to worry about Super Mech right now, because I'm really, like, I don't know, you can super feel the, when you're getting burnt out on a specific game that you're working on. So I'm just going, taking a little bit of a side and going to work on this project that somebody else has asked me to work on. And I've been really having fun with it. I've been noticing that, like, just getting into a different style and working on something that you don't normally working on has been really refreshing for me, and it's been really good for me. So that's, I think, what I think is the best thing to do for me right now. So what has been happening is a guy has contracted me to work on fantasy style meshes, and these meshes are all like mushrooms of like high fantasy stuff and things like elves and warriors and orcs and that kind of thing, and caves and all that kind of stuff, because he's making a game that involves a lot of fantasy aspects. So he wants me to make some dark elf style stuff, and I think it'd be fun to do that kind of thing on stream, because there's a lot of places you could go with dark elf stuff, and it's just space to be creative. So I've been working with textures a little bit, which has been very strange, and yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun to have a change of pace. So if this goes well, if you guys seem to like it, maybe I'll do 2 streams a week, one for this and then one for Super Mech. But I don't want to force myself to do Super Mech, because I've been really, really burnt out on it, and I've just kind of been forcing myself to do it every week. So we'll see how things go. Cool. All right, so let's get started here. How is everybody? How's your Sunday going? I know things have been a little stressful here, but let's not think about it. Let's just think about art and 3D modeling and just having fun. I've been newly working with textures in just the past 2 or 3 weeks. I have a little bit of experience from back when I used to do Fallout modding, but things have changed since then. The Quixel is a new development in this workflow that I wasn't aware existed. Maybe it didn't exist back when I was doing Fallout modding, I'm not sure. I never had any interest in Substance Painter for monetary reasons, but Quixel is new and it's free for Unreal Engine, so I decided to give it a try. It's been really fun. So I've just been working on a few decoration styled things here. And one of the things was this mushroom house that you just saw. I'm gonna try and make everything modular so you can actually like go inside the houses and everything. These doors, they open up, and that's very cool. So you guys get to see that kind of workflow. But right now that there's nothing inside. But we'll get there. Perhaps we shall see. But right now I just kind of want to play around with decorations, because These houses, they kind of suck. I'm gonna put some grass on here. This grid really looks bad. Fuzzy shading grass. What is that? It's a material function. Okay. So I'll show you Quixel Bridge really quick. I'll just grab a really low-res texture here and show you how that works. So I was searching logs because I was working on brambles. But I'll search grass in not wood. And this happens. You can see all of the different options you have. And you can just grab one, whatever one you want. You hit download, it's super quick. And it's 2K, so it shouldn't take too long. I was downloading 4K textures, and it turns out that's super not necessary. But you can just hit export to Unreal Engine, hit export, and then they're just done. They're there. And then Unreal Engine has to import them. So it takes a couple minutes, but this is like really cool how fast everything works. This is what I did initially for these mushrooms as well. I'm not super happy with the textures, but I don't know. It's fine. So pop this in here. And it's just gonna compile the shader really quick. Maybe not really quick. That grid I had was just kind of like for me testing out materials. I originally was working on caves, and that was painful. I made them, but it was painful. But this one here, I'm not doing anything with terrain. I'm just setting over the mushrooms in the houses, so I don't need to do anything else. But it is nice to have some grass on the ground to make things look a little nicer. So, oh wow, oh wow, is that it? Make it bigger? Yeah, we can make it bigger. Nice. So there's a little bit of tiling here, but it's not too much of an issue. Okay. So now we've got grass. I don't know what's going on with that. Why it's doing that. What the fuck is that? Probably something to do with the lighting. Anyway, don't worry about the grid. We'll pretend that I meant to do that. Okay, so let's get on with making some decorations. So yes, you've seen this. Bridge also can import directly into Blender, which is really cool. So I have the exact same materials in here that I do in Unreal Engine. Very nice. It's nice for workflow reasons, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go into these bramble lanterns. I was playing around last night. I've got this idea for really cool hanging lanterns, and I want to go in a direction that isn't like inspired by a different culture. Of course somebody would start drilling into the building with a hammer drill right when I start streaming. Why wouldn't they? Yes, so I had this cool idea for bramble lanterns that are made from like vines or like wooden brambles. I don't know another way to describe it. And so this part wouldn't actually be here. I think it would just be like a really, really dim orb with like a will-o'-the-wisp going around in circles in the middle, like a little flame, doing its thing. But I don't know how to represent that in Blender, so I just decided to do it like this. I'll do it differently inside Unreal Engine, but for this I just want to work on the branches, and I wanted to make this actually valuable as an object that I can use. I wanted to make it easy and quick to make. So I was playing around with a bunch of different ideas, and my first attempt at this was using the skin modifier. And I think this is the one that has turned out the best. Like, it looks good from like a model standpoint, but I can't figure out how to unwrap it. The textures don't look good on it, and maybe I could like, I don't know, it just looks weird. Like, you guys feel that too, right? There's like all kinds of lines all the way down and that just don't look good. So I'm thinking maybe it's a good idea to like try some other avenues here. This one's the mesh version of it. And it does the same thing, it just doesn't look good from a model standpoint. But maybe, I don't know, we're gonna try some things. So we're starting out the stream strong with some UV unwrapping. I hope you'll enjoy. I just think it's really important to have this kind of thing because like it's gonna be like a main set piece, right? In this village that you go into. It's gonna be like lining the paths and that sort of thing, and I just want it to look nice. I want you to be able to walk around this town and think like, oh wow, this is really pretty. I like this. But you can't do that if the textures don't even line up correctly on it. So I'm just gonna try and do some edge unwrapping and we'll see what happens here. Oh, that doesn't look good, does it? Oh well. That looks a little better, but it's still... These lines maybe are screwing it up. Let's see if we can find some more bark. Not in grass, please. You can make your own with this as well. You can make your own materials. I'm not very good at it, so I won't be showing you that. Maybe next week if I get better at it, I can show you that. But right now, I just want to play around and have these materials to work with models, because that's why I did this. It makes it really easy to make textured models if I'm using this, except for the mushroom bottoms. That was horrible. Never do that. Never make mushroom bottoms. It was extremely painful. But this is okay. This is sort of like, yeah, let's try that. It's a pretty simple looking material. And once it's downloaded, we can just pop it straight into Blender. Here, Blender, and it should just go straight into the file. How are you guys doing? Have you ever done anything fantasy? I noticed that this morning there was a, gosh, who was it? There was a YouTube video by Josh Gad, who you'll know is that person that keeps getting random groups of famous people together to do Zoom calls. And, oh, that looks a lot nicer. Except for that looks horrible, but we'll get there. Yeah, he keeps getting famous people together to do Zoom calls. And the group he got together this time was the Lord of the Rings cast. And that made me feel very nice in a fantasy way. Oh yeah, that looks better. Oh, it looks way better. Okay, so we figured it out. Now, if I turn off the live unwrap, because we've got some good UVs here. This is looking okay. And we go ahead and add a decimate modifier in here to make it a little less subdivided. What will we get? How will it look? Go into wireframe here. Actually, I bet we could do this and then turn on wireframe. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we can't show wireframe. Where is it? Where? There it is. That's what I wanted. Okay. 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 Wow, that's really pretty. Look at the way it unwraps it. That's so cool. Where was it? Here it is. Oh. Can't even tell. Oh, you sort of can. Oh, maybe you can't. I don't know. Maybe it looks good. What do you guys think? How many polys is that? Oh, it's 300 verts. Maybe it's not a good idea. Or 3,000, sorry. Yeah, it's 8,000 tries here, but oh no, we're gonna have to make that. We're gonna have to make a lower poly. That's a shame. Oh well. This down here is really not looking good. Let's see if we can fix this up really quick before we do anything else here. I don't know why the skin modifier did this, but that's okay. This kind of thing is fun. It's fun stitching up holes. It's very relaxing. It's satisfying. If you have any questions about what I'm doing, you can always let me know as well, because this is all very new, so those of you who are repeat viewers of my content may be a little confused. We'll want to make sure there's no faces inside as well, but we can do that in a couple seconds. Okay, let's go inside and just clean it up. 0.01. There we go. Yeah, right there. Right there. I knew there would be one. And everything okay on this side? We can probably pretty safely delete that. And then just fill in here. There's going to be a little bit of clipping, but that's okay. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Okay, yeah, that looks good. I think we'll try and do one of these in Niagara too, and see how that works. Get the sphere back on them all. Change that down to a lower poly one. You're not going to be able to see it because it's going to be smooth shade and it's going to be like mostly transparent, so it's not a big deal. And shade smooth. Yeah, cool. All right, very nice. Stick the glass material on there. Wherever it is. Is it you? Yeah. Maybe it's not you. Oh no, it's the heck is going on here? There we go. That looks magic-y. So I kind of wanted to have a feel where the model itself is sort of not held up by anything other than air, but I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I'll play around with it. We got material, so we can be inventive. What does the UV map look like on this? Well, not too bad. Just use this and see if we can't pack these a little. No, no, you can't? Okay. All right, well, I'm happy with this. It works well with the texture we have, the length it is. So I think that's okay. I forgot to turn on silent mode. There we go. The Blender Discord channel seems to have removed the streamer section, which is weird. If it's still there, I couldn't find it. That's fine. All right, so let's export this, and we're just gonna put this in clutter and Bramble Lantern 01.fbx. I'm gonna try and make some rope too after, but I think I'm just gonna do that inside Unreal. We'll see. Okay, so let's do mushroom houses, clutter, import, Bramble Lantern. Okay. Cool. Okay, so now we have to import that material that we used, because that was a really nice texture, I liked it. So let's just switch this over to Unreal Engine. This is my workflow now. It's so different, and it's refreshing. Oh, there's an Unreal Game Dev Jam next week, and I joined it because I think it would be nice to do that kind of thing. So if y'all are interested, I think I might stream the whole process. I think that would be cool for everybody to watch. And it also proves to them that I made everything myself. So I think that would be fun. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to do for an idea yet, but that's okay. We could just go ahead and get you guys to help me out. I've got a couple ideas that are loosely in my brain, so if I can't figure anything out, I can just use one of those. First off, what does this look like when we drop it in here before we start working on particle effects and stuff? Looks pretty nice. So my goal here is if I can make these lanterns look good, then I can use this style to like decorate the buildings as well. And I hate this door frame, and I kind of want to make it like this bramble. So like have it kind of come around here and like kind of snake down here, and there's like stairs that you can use to get up to the door. And it's all this kind of like, because Dark Elves, they use nature as their home, and they don't kill anything. They just kind of like use magic to coax the branches into where they want to be. It's the same as Wood Elves, but Dark Elves. And Dark Elves have a very specific style. They're more divines, I think. I don't know. In my head, they are, and I don't want to look up too much reference, because I don't want to like ruin my head canon of Dark Elves, because I'm not super familiar with fantasy. It's just like Elder Scrolls, Lord of the Rings, and a little bit of Warcraft. I'm trying not to combine other things. I'm trying to do my own thing. Okay, so let's bring in that glass sphere, and then we will play around with materials. So let's export this, and we're gonna put these into a blueprint for my friend Bramble Lantern Orb. Done. Import Bramble Lantern Orb. Import. Okay, so let's do something super simple here. Bramble Lantern Orb mat. Shouldn't do too much. Too much of this material stuff on stream because it will cause problems. But I can do a little bit. It's just laggy, and I mostly want to focus on 3D modeling because that's what I'm good at. So once we get this in, I'm just going to put a glowing sphere in the middle. I'm not going to worry about particle effects on stream because that's horrible. Can I hit 4? I can. Cool. Okay, so let's do this, and then let's mask. Component mask, I think. I want the A. I only want the A. And then I want the... I don't think you need to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And then let's turn this up to about very, very pale blue with... yeah. I wonder what you can do with refraction. That doesn't look very good, does it? Is it because I set it to translucent instead of that's not important right now. Okay, so we'll... refraction here. Is that going to crash Unreal? No, it's not. Okay. There's this fucking thing we have hanging on the side of our fridge and it keeps falling off. it's infuriating. Okay, so we're going to get some noise. And we're just going to get world position. Panner. I'm just going to make sure this works. It's been a while since I've played with noise. I'm looking at images because I don't want to look at a tutorial on. I think I can't find anything, but I think the opacity could be linked to a sine wave, and then that could be... Oh, I'm not good enough at this. I'll do it off screen. I'll do it later. I'll send pictures out of it. But right now I'm not too worried about it. Okay, so let's make a blueprint. Why isn't that becoming less? Stop previewing. Why isn't it becoming less transparent? Oh, is it because I hooked it up to the sign? It's because I hooked it up to the sign and it... So since I'm making a fantasy game, this opens up a lot of room for me making weapons and that type of thing. So if that's what you're into, you can go ahead and let me know, and I will work on that. I love making weapons, and I haven't had an excuse to do so for a long time, like Skyrim style weapons and that sort of thing. And this means that I could be making hammers. So go ahead and let me know if you think you want me to do that. Oh, that's neat because I hooked up the refraction. Oh, nice. Cool. Okay, that's the effect I wanted. So we're gonna pop in the bramble. Oh, static mesh. And then we're going to copy and paste you in, and we're going to go bramble orb. I don't know where they are. Where have they gone? Ah, I see. Okay, I'm just gonna move you down here for now. I don't really know how to make it fit, so we'll just do this. Okay, now we're gonna need another static mesh, but this static mesh is going to be movable, and it's just gonna move around in circles, because I don't feel like making another particle effect on stream. The last time I did that, it went horrible, so we're just gonna do this. I'll do it if you really want me to. But I don't want to. Okay, so let's change this down to 0.1. 0.1, 1. Yeah, it might be useful to like... So I think the best way to do this is to attach it to like a middle point in this lantern, and then have the middle point rotate around. We'll see how this goes. Switch to top view. Just gotta do this. Make sure it's all in the center. I don't know why it's not centered. I guess I botched that in Unreal Engine, but that's okay. Or in Blender. Let's do a, is it an empty? Is it a scene component? Yeah, that's what it is. So you are the scene. I just want to make sure you're in the right spot. Yeah. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. And then we'll just do this. Make sure you're roughly in the center of this. Yeah, it looks okay. And then we're just going to drag this static mesh out a little bit, like here. We'll give this a trail, maybe, but for right now, I just want to make it spin around. This is a horrible way to do this. Don't ever do this. If you're watching me for tips, I'm only doing this because I want to have it rotating, and I don't want to make a particle effect right now. It would be much easier to make a particle effect, but I'm not going to do it right now. I think. Never ever do effects on tick. Okay, before we do anything, let's just see if this works. Let's pop you in and bring you up and see if you rotate. It's not hooked up. You're movable. You're movable. There we go. Can't really see it, can you, when you're... Oh, looks cool, though. I think it's the refraction. Let's just make the refraction really, really low. We'll hook it up to the alpha. Did I make it worse? I think I made it worse. Oh, wow. Okay. All right. I don't know how refraction works. This is very confusing. Takes in a texture or value that simulates the index of refraction on the surface. So if I set this to 1, will it not be refracting? Let's set it to a thing here, and then we'll have a noise somewhere. Noise. In here. Yeah, perfect. That's some whirly noise. So do that, multiply. And we're going to create this and make it into a parameter. It's going to be refraction. And then we'll do this, and then we'll have this be called It's going to be noise strength. And that's going to be the noise multiplied by the opacity. So we're going to need another multiply node here. Probably going to need 2 because I want this to also be affected by this. Do this, and we'll do this, and then we'll do this. And now, put this in here. Refraction will be set to 1 by default. Noise strength will be set to 0.5 by default. We'll save it, and then we'll make a material instance. Then we'll play around with it. We'll see what the numbers do. And this is also something you can do inside Quixel Mixer, which I haven't opened up on stream yet because I'm not very good at it. But you can change the way that materials look based on noise and stuff, and it's very cool. It's a lot similar to Substance Painter. That looks really cool, but it's not what I want. So let's go in here. I think this is, yeah. Let's make an instance. And we're just gonna go ahead and change your, that's the sky sphere. I don't want to make the sky sphere into a fisheye. That would be bad. There we go. Okay, so now we should be able to change this pretty freely without making Unreal like freak out. So whoa, whoa, that's crazy looking. Weird, very magical. Okay, so let's change this to 2, 3. What can we do to make this look normal? Don't drag things in Unreal. It breaks it. Wow. If I set this to, no, there's no divides, so I can just set it to, I can set this to 0, right? Yeah. So that's 0, it doesn't do anything. So if you set it to a negative, it's boring. Whoa. Okay. Well, that's weird. The game does not like this. It really doesn't like this. Well, I'm gonna unhook that and just call it a day here. I don't think refraction is a good idea. It's breaking things, and I don't want to deal with it. That's good enough. I don't know what to do with that. Is it this one that breaks it? Should I just not change the pitch on the object? Yeah, I guess not. Okay. Sure. It's gonna go right through that branch no matter what I do. Okay, whatever, we can fix that with the particle effect whenever we decide to make it. Okay, so let's play around with this a little more, this idea of brambles. So we want these hanging, and I guess the best way to do that is to add a bramble to it. I don't want to do rope. Rope sucks. Rope is easy, and I don't want to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to add another object here. We're going to change this and make it actually centered down here. Because apparently I didn't do that when I made this. It's because I was just experimenting last night and I was like, oh, this is cool. Okay, so cursor to origin, 3D cursor. Gonna shift A in. Yeah, sure, cylinder. And just make that 5-sided, shade smooth. And we're gonna give it the same material as that. We can change this to a rope if we want to, but I think it's fine the way it is. And we'll just kind of do this. Yeah, that's good enough. Probably have this as a separate object that you can kind of like change the size of based on what you want it to be. How tall you want it to be, etc. etc. we just run randomize on this. Yeah, looks good enough. Okay, shade smooth and unwrap. How you looking? Good enough. Let's just add a seam here. Yeah, yeah, all right. Bramble, hanging vine, I guess. And we'll just import that in here. I believe I gave it the same name, so it should auto-populate the texture. Yeah, it did. So I don't have to set it. This is a new trick that I've just learned that I will be implementing my workflow a little. Why is it so laggy in there? Why is so... Okay, all right, we're back. We're not laggy anymore. It's a bit weird. Yeah, it looks really nice. I don't think we should use that as the base though, because then we can't scale it. So let's add a scene component and do that. And then if we want to scale this and make it taller, we can just, oh, no, 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 nope. There we go. Cool. Perfect. Very nice. So now we can just do this if we want to, make it shorter. Really cool. Looks good. Okay. All right. So now you guys get to see how I kind of started this. This door, it's got to go. This door's got to go. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and do the same thing that I did with these vines, but I'm just going to do it on this door instead. It's really fun. So it's going to be quite easy, I think. That's saved. Yeah. All right. So this is the door frame. It's ugly, but we're going to use it as a reference. So just move this guy over here. I like having him there for size reference. Okay, so first thing we want to do is Shift A in a plane, preferably at the world origin. Hide. Merge. No, just merge center. And we're gonna add a skin modifier. And this is the way that I figured, I think is the best way to do it. Skin it and then add a subdivision, but only one. And you can kind of just force it to do what you want. And I learned this as well. If you hit Control A, which is a really weird hotkey for this, you can change the vertex weighting in the skin modifier. So that's really nice. So you can do a lot of cool things with that. Unfortunately, the downside to this is you can't really UV unwrap it, which sucks. So if I bring this guy in again to Blender, we can't really see what it looks like until we're done with it and turn it into an object, because this, when you go into edit mode, it's just vertexes. It's just a line. But you can't unwrap a line. There's no faces on it. But we can pretend. You know, check on my cat. He's making lots of noise. Oh no. He's just pooping. He doesn't like me looking at him when he's pooping. I'm sure you don't either. Get out of here. He looked at me. And now he wants attention. Okay. Alright, so let's go here. So first we're going to want to get this frame and kind of like mimic the shape of it. And then we can kind of make it look all viney. So let's mimic the shape. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go. We can clean this up after, but right now this is my priority. Okay. Cool. So we got that. Let's hide it. And let's get going on this. So I'm gonna draw what I think this should look like. So I really want it to have like a kind of mystical look to it. This is the mushroom. Mushrooms are easy to draw. And it's real fat. And okay. So it would be cool if the frame came like all the way up to the top and just kind of like curled into the house. But I don't know how that would work in a like a modular setting. I'd have to make different door frames for different houses, and it might be bad. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so bring this down here. So what I want in my head is for vines to come out and kind of serve as the ramp that comes down. And for vines to also be coming out of the door. So I think that shouldn't be too hard from a modeling standpoint. So let's get in here and we'll try it. And turn on shortcut viewer. Doing a lot of weird stuff. I'm trying to rotate. There's not really a way to rotate in the skins. I might be able to get away with making this whole thing a little thinner. Might look a little more viney. You have to do that in here, don't you? Yeah. Okay. All right. Control Shift S. You'll see me doing here, which I'm using as the subdivide, is my own keybind. It's just I just set it up in Blender to subdivide because there's no keybind for that for some reason, and it's very useful when you're doing stuff with vertexes, like I am. So if you decide that you want to do this kind of same style as me, then I advise you set that up as well. It's really nice. It's really nice for moving vertexes around. But the beauty of Blender is there's 100 different ways to do every single option you want to do. So if there's another way you want to make vines, then you can do that instead, right? I think I might be combining wood elves and dark elves a little bit here in my head, and it's okay. I don't know, you guys. Mostly I do sci-fi stuff. So, are you guys into fantasy at all? Is this something that piques your fantasy? Or your fantasy? Is this something that piques your fancy? Are you picking up what I'm throwing down? That's what I'm trying to say. No, 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 no. Just gonna duplicate this, hide the original, and then this guy. I think if I use the, yeah, if I go by grid select, it fits in perfectly. Cool. Okay. It's too bad this guy doesn't want me doing a stylized kind of style, because a lot of this stuff would work really well with stylistic modeling. But that's okay. Maybe I'll worry about that in a future project. This looks really cool. I've never done this kind of thing before. I'm really happy with it. What the heck is happening here? Oh, no, that doesn't work. Oh, it's because I had two. Okay. Well, that's fine. I'm just worried about the clipping here, but if I go ahead and move the branches over, it won't be a problem. Yeah. Yeah. The vines, I kind of want to have like a gentle movement. They like gently caress the mushroom house that they are attached to. I think it's easy. I was kind of resistant to having the different doors for different houses, but I think it's gonna look a lot better if I do that, because it gives me a lot more, you can be a lot more creative if you're stuck to the object that you're working with instead of trying to make it work for everything you have. One thing that I usually do when I'm working with things and trying to be creative but not really sure where to go with it is I try to give myself restrictions, and then the restrictions sort of kind of create their own magic, you know, make you more creative because you're forced to work within the restraints of something. That's why I always hated, I'm sure you guys have dealt with this too, it's kind of a meme, but that's why I always hated, like, oh, write an essay. Write an essay on what? Anything. Like, what do you mean anything? I'm gonna spend 3 out of the 5 days on my essay trying to figure out what to write it on. That's okay, I suppose. Having your own creativity is nice too. It's just, you know, restraints help some people, and I'm one of those people. Could I do this? Would this make it easier? Oh, wow. Wow. Use the edge snapping option to make it stick to the face. Oh, that's cool. Can I make it so it doesn't... No, there's not really a way to make it... give it an offset. Which is kind of a shame. So... center? No. No, there's no way to give it an offset. Oh, well. That's fine. It's good for the initial placement, and then kind of do your own thing afterwards. What would this look like? Does this make the skin modifier all buggy? No, it doesn't. It works exactly the way I wanted it to. It kind of looks like another vine inside it. Yes. Awesome. So cool. Oh, there's clipping on the inside, but that's okay because I'm going to give the walls thickness, so it doesn't matter. Let's make that a little more round, and then we'll have a branch coming off here. We're going to turn on face snapping, and just have this gently come around here. And have one pop up this way too. I'm not sure how we're gonna unwrap this. We're gonna figure it out together. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm having fun, but I don't know what I'm doing. One more here to add a little bit of balance, and I think we're good. There's no vertex there. Wow, that looks horrible. Oh, that is nice. Just snap it straight onto the... Okay. That turned out a lot better than I expected it to. Very happy with that. So, now we have to deal with the extremely fun task of trying to unwrap it, and I don't have a lot of faith in myself here, so I going to go ahead and duplicate it, hide the original, and then play around with this. So let's see what we can do here. Don't worry about the stairs. We'll get to the stairs in a bit. Okay. Okay. How horrible do you look? Oh, it's... Well, hey, that's not bad. Okay. Alright. Do we even need to do anything? That looks really good. Can I export that? I think I might. Just in case. I don't know how this will work with other houses. I'm going to try and make a few different variations of this. So let's go ahead and import this. Hey, Wazuji. Wazuji. Short, fat, round door frame. Okay. Import. And we're just going to go. Oh, it didn't auto-populate it. How come it didn't auto-populate it? Now what the heck is going on here? Going around making a fool of me, yeah. Not putting in my materials in the blender. It's because I didn't rename this. Save. Okay. That's okay. That's okay. We don't have to do that once. Ramble. I might edit this material to make it a little like color scheme fit better, but right now I'm not too worried about it. Might not even have to. Okay. Okay, the doors don't quite fit. But it sure as hell fits on the... Oh my god! I didn't think that was gonna look, like, good at all, but oh my... It does. It does. Holy crap. Okay. So we just gotta fix the doors. Okay, so dark elf house, short fat door frame around. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, that'd do it. I'm not gonna try and fit this in super perfectly. I'm just gonna kind of like make it work, and then we'll worry about the rest later. Whoops. Add one division here, and then just kind of do this, and then do this. And then edit the hinge a tiny bit. Yep. Shear. Bevel this. Make it look a little cleaner. Yeah. Did I fuck up the UV unwrapping? Nope, looks good. Looks good. Alright. Export. Door right. Re-import. not quite, eh? That's okay. We can just change the bramble up a tiny bit, and then we'll be good to go. Oops. So happy with the way this looks. It's really cool. It's really cool. I'm surprised that it worked out as well as it did. We didn't change the door. We only need to edit this. Export FBX roundhouse short pattern. Yeah, there we go. And when you're like compare it to this, like, wow. You can tell that was my first attempt. Okay, all right. Very cool. I'm so happy. Okay, let's get the stairs here, and then I want to work on like some fences and stuff, some cool stuff. Maybe some lanterns coming out of the ground. Oh, I got all kinds of ideas. I'm excited. I'm happy. This is great. I'm having so much fun. Okay, wow, that's a mushroom. That's for sure. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. So let's save this. Oh, I kind of want to do like little frames around the body here. And then interiors. Oh my god, we can do so much with interiors. Look at this, by the way. This shit. I spent so much time on this ribbed part on the inside of the mushroom. And it was a pain in the ass. And I don't even know if it's like if I hit play, where's the player character? Move him here. Whoops. Okay. If I hit play, like, stop it. Like you barely even see it, but like when you do, it's good. Oh my! I'm so happy with this. Okay. Let's do the stairs. Let's do the stairs before we do anything else. I'm thinking the stairs will be like, oh, this is so good. So I could probably do the same thing with the stairs here. I can just go ahead, take the door skinned, duplicate it so I don't have to remake the modifiers. Hello? There we go. And hide it and do stairs. And it's likely I could just, so there's two different things I could do here. The first option is to kind of just do this, so it's like a, oh, I don't want that, is to do this, so we just have like kind of vines going up and that's it. Nothing else to speak of. Just like a floating sort of... Oh wow, you can set multiple routes. That's cool. So yeah, that's our first option, is something like that. Really, really simple, super, super easy for me to do. But the second option is doing ground, the ground going up, and like, so say the ground comes down here, and kind of, these just kind of lay on top of the ground. But I don't think that's a good idea, because like, if we think back to, if you can picture Ocarina of Time in your head, I'll send a picture here. The character's house is like a ladder, right? And all the houses in Kokiri Village, I think. Kokiri Village, yeah. All the houses in Kokiri Village are sort of raised and have this kind of look to it. I think that's correct. Not Kakariko Village, Kokiri Village. There's not a lot of pictures of it, is there? Anyway, they kind of live in trees and stumps and stuff, and they're all raised off the ground, and that's kind of what I want to go for. I just don't know how easy it would be for a player to walk up this. I mean, obviously the collision volume is just going to be a ramp, but you know what I mean. Like, if you were to face this staircase in real life, how hard would it be to move up? Let's just do this. Round. Could also do planks, but I really want to avoid planks. I want everything to look natural. So we're gonna try for that. Short, fat staircase. And let's copy, paste, replace. There we go. What's your collision look like? No, 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 no. That's good enough. I'm too lazy. Can you just walk up it? No. Collision, box simplified. God, the snapping on this. Let's delete this. We don't need that. Okay. Why can't I duplicate it? Unreal Engine. Ah, there we go. Control W. There's no copy paste. That's annoying. Delete this too. Okay. What does that look like from a... Is it too steep? That'd be too steep. Oh no, this has collisions. Let's we don't want that to have collisions. It just causes problems. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's nice. Cool. Cool. Okay, so we can work with this. It would be nice to have like vines kind of wrapping around it. Vines would be cool. I like vines. I'm trying to like picture this in my head. This looks too much like planks, so what we can do is in Blender kind of have these. All right, let's get started here. Let's have some fun. So this is the root. We don't want anything coming off the root. Can we have multiple roots? We can. Cool. Okay. That's fun. So most of these we can probably subdivide and do stuff like this. All right, so then we can do stuff like this. Let's get that plane back. Do I have a plane anywhere? Yeah, I do. Here we go. That's what we want. Okay. All right. Fine. I see how it is. Why can't I click it? Ah, that's why. Okay. Why can't I click it? Okay. So now that we have a frame of reference for the ground, this looks like total ass. So let's fix it. Now we can use this to, well, this is fun. It's so relaxing. You guys should try this. Can we make this kind of like come up and attach to this? Yeah, it can. Nice. Well, now, are they both roots? That's a little weird. I don't think it's supposed to do that. It's okay. I'm confused. Whoa, that was weird. I don't know what that was. Okay. This one to come onto the ground as well. But kind of be like, it goes into the ground as a root, you know? The shadow plane's working. The shadow plane hasn't worked for... Did they fix it? This material didn't used to work. It didn't used to, like, allow me to cast shadows onto the ground, but now it's working. Well, I'm happy. It used to be broken. Nice. Well, that's nice. I'm happy. Okay. And then we gotta make this even. So here, can I mark this as root? I can. Yeah, nice, 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 nice. This is too sharp. So let's just do this, 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 this. Yeah. You know what? Probably look a lot better if I just did this. And then that's not quite what I want. Okay. It's really tough modeling this when you can't see the vertexes. I'm so used to being able to see them, and now it's like you're just kind of going blind. Like, I know that they're there, but Blender's like, yeah, but do you know they're there? This one we can delete altogether, because I'm going to use this one as the next step. I think what it's missing is a couple of those like vines kind of branching off. Maybe that's why it doesn't look quite right to me. The mistakes you make here almost make it look better. It's more fun. Okay, yeah, that definitely spruces it up, or vines it up, as it were. I think that's kind of the way we want to go with this. So let's go ahead and delete this, and then we'll. Ooh, jeez. Okay. Okay. We don't want that. No, 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 no. No, no, no. Add vertex. No, there's a way to do it. There's a. Is it? What? Whatever. Let's duplicate. So if they're not connected, they don't create any problems. That's interesting. Like they don't interact with each other at all. Very cool. Quite that thick. It's a little much for a vine there. I didn't make this model, by the way, if you were wondering. I'm pretty sure it's an asset store creation that the guy I'm working for just sent me. Okay, all right. Then let's add some details here. We can change the thickness of some of these. That's a bit too thin. Yeah, it looks really nice having the individual steps kind of interact with each other. That's a big enough elbow that it could use a one of these little dangly bit. What about you? Can I do this? Oh, that doesn't look good, does it? No, that looks bad having the. There we go. And one more here. And then I think we're good to go. Oh, please. Okay, so this is pretty high poly. Let's play around with modifiers here. We're gonna take it. We're gonna duplicate the staircase. Let's get this out of here. Get rid of this again. And let's make it into a mesh. So yes, this looks good. This is okay, but it's very high poly. It's too high poly. So if we run a decimate modifier on it, we should be able to get that down a little bit. Nope, that breaks things. Right about there looks like the sweet spot, and that brings it in at still very high poly, but not too much. Yeah, that's doable. That's workable. All right. Any really high poly chunks that could do with getting rid of? Well, I mean, we can get rid of these bottom faces that are under the ground. We don't need those. Yeah, the rest of that's fine. So just out of curiosity, let's save. Yep, looks good. All right, save, export, FBX, staircase, short fat staircase. Yeah, let's just re-import it. Hopefully it won't regenerate the collisions. It did. Regenerated the collisions. Okay. That's probably level. It's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That looks awesome. Oh, I'm so happy. That's just great. Suddenly it's laggy. It's probably because I have lanterns running on tick. There we go. It's not laggy anymore. I'm so happy. Okay, let's decorate some more. I want decorations. I'm so happy with this. Textures look so good. Why do I not work with text? It's because I hate textures. Anyway, let's go ahead and make some fences and things. We're good with this. Maybe we could spend a little time. Oh, I've gone and I sent this to my friends and I sent it in the cute animals chat. We're not supposed to send models in the cute animals chat. Now, let's do lanterns. Lanterns sound like a good idea. Like floor, like torch kind of things, like coming out here, and then I got some vines, and then there's like fire, and you understand what I mean. Anyway, let's open recent bramble lanterns. Hide all of this. You see a lot of these mushroom houses, especially in Skyrim. You see, all know I like to take Skyrim mods in particular as reference, and they usually have a lot of rope around the tops of the mushroom, and I don't think it makes any sense. Like what are you binding? What are you binding to get? It's a mushroom. You don't need to do anything with it. It's a living thing. Well, I mean, it may have been a living thing before, maybe not now. But like, you don't need to do anything with it. It's fine. So what are you tying together? But like vines around it may be cool. So like sort of like a frame where the vines kind of like gently caress. It's an option. It's an option. Okay, so let's start with the drawing here. Got a really nice idea in my head where it's just super simple, like this kind of thing. Sort of like Gandalf's staff, except instead of a pipe at the end, it's a will-o'-the-wisp. Except with this one, it's not going to be a moving will-o'-the-wisp. It's just going to sit there like fire. Let's add the sphere for reference, just so I can have an idea of how to make this look. Shift A, circle. Nope. Shift A, sphere. Oh no, I just added a sphere. Yep, this breaks things. This breaks things, by the way. It makes it look really broken. And Blender stops responding whenever you add a USV there. Just delete it before anything else happens. It's supposed to do it as a separate object. There we go. So just this sort of thing. Super simple. I kind of want it to look like a cage. Like it's caging the flame. We'll worry about that in a little bit. There's another thing I want to do here that's going to be important to making the model look the way I want it to, and that's going to be, we want 3 vines or 2 vines kind of coming up and kind of wrapping around each other. So before we do it, let's get rid of this. I've got an idea of what I want it to look like now. We don't need it anymore. So let's separate these. Make them all straight. this one needs help. Kind of looks like a plant, like a giant plant coming out of the ground. Which is cool, but it's not what we want. We can save plants for the wood elves. If there are indeed wood elves, I don't know. I haven't decided what we're gonna do for races yet. Doesn't really matter, to be honest. Just having fun. Okay, so let's take this, and we're going to turn on proportional editing, and we're just gonna twist. It won't work unless it's symmetrical here. Yeah, okay. Now let's try it. There we go. At the bottom, you kind of have these like come out and root into the ground, bigger objects. Fun. Let's give it that material. No, we can't see it. At least we can make it brown. And then we can make it caged. And then we can turn on that face snapping again. Get a real in there. This is a great way to make vines kind of like round. What do you want, Whiskey? I don't want to play. Why do you lick me on stream? I think he hears me talking. Whiskey is a cat, by the way. I think he hears me talking. He's like, oh, you're talking to me? Can I have attention now? Because you're talking to me? You want to give me attention, right? He's crawling up. Stop! You're digging your claws into me. Get out of here. He doesn't understand how to be nice. He just understands how to be annoying. There we go. That was really stumpy. Yeah, there we go. That doesn't look good, does it? The vines here all crunching into each other. I really love the idea of it looking like the vines are holding in the flame. Annoyingly, the hotkey to turn on grid snapping is Shift Tab, so I had to turn off the Steam overlay because I use the Steam version of Blender, by the way, just because I like the auto updates and I like to track my time. Why can't I? Where's the vertex in this? No, there's no vertex all the way down. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're almost done here. Very close. That looks good. Maybe one more holding it down here just to make it even. And then we'll run a decimate modifier on it again and see what we can do. Yeah, cool. All right. Export that after we duplicate. Bramble tiki torch. And then we will. So two of them. Did I? I don't know if I duplicated it. Well, it's not important. Let's delete the underside faces. And then we will Smart UV project, because it's apparently it looks good on these. Yeah. And then we add a decimate modifier. We'll just see what unsubdivide seems to not look good on anything. Right there's good. Cool. Looking good, looking good, looking good. All right, export FB. Oh, okay. Export FBX. Bramble torch. I really hope. I never looked it up. I was like, bramble, that's what that is. And then I like kind of never looked up the meaning of the word, so I really hope I'm using it right. I hope these are brambles. Bramble tiki torch, bramble tiki torch, bramble tiki torch. Did I rename the material? Yes, I did. Wow, that looks nice. Let's duplicate this. Bramble. Okay. not entirely sure why I made a whole new mesh for a sphere, but I'm just gonna go ahead and change it to a regular sphere. And then move you up in here. This is so fucking cool. Okay, anybody have suggestions for ideas going forwards here? Because I could make some houses, could make some, well, I should probably make houses, honestly. Because like this one here, it's nice, but we should probably go forward before we end up like decorating, making fences and stuff, just so we can get an idea of the shape. These were a test. These are just the mushrooms I made for Super Mech, so I'm probably not going to include them. And let's be honest, they are not very big. They're not good for houses, so not a good idea. But we could use that idea of those houses as a baseline for the mushroom. I don't know. Let's Okay, I've got an idea. Is there clipping? No, there's no clipping. I don't know why I thought there was clipping. Okay, let's go back into the house and see if we can make a new one. Let's save this new, no, open recent. Let's just hide all this. Although, maybe we could try to use the same door location and front. So we don't have to reuse. Yeah, that might be. If we can make the door frame fit in. God, no, I'm just going to delete that. I don't want it. If I can make the door frame fit into the new mushroom that I'm about to make, then yeah, the less work required, the better, because that means we can make more assets. Kinda got a butt on it. Okay, let's draw a little bit here before we get started. Where'd I put my pencil? There it is. Okay. So I wanted this to be, that one we made was kind of like the big house, but it's like a single person house. So we can make one that's even bigger. Like a 2-story house with like, when you're inside, you can kind of like have stairs going upwards, you know, like the Telvanni house in the Dragonborn DLC. And then like this kind of thing, which means we will have to do interiors soon-ish, but yeah, okay. We may need to make the door. I might need to remake the door. That's a staircase, by the way. Oh, I don't know if you can tell because my drawing skills are subpar at best, but it's fine. Okay, so we need to make it relatively straight because if we want to fit a house in there, it's gonna have to be big. And we want it to be able to be filled by stuff. Sort of like the mushroom biome in Terraria, I guess. There's so many different types of literature and video games and film that use mushrooms as houses, but I don't know, I feel like none of them are 100% what I have in my brain, so I don't know where I got this from, this idea. No, don't do that shit. Okay, maybe that's a bit too tall. We can worry about the everything, the scale and the proportions and everything after. Right now I just want to get like the base object going here. Wow. Okay, let's mark a seam here. And then, no, don't do that shit. Make this assigned to that. Really quickly, just set you to this. it's more important to do it than it is to do it right, said my employer. So as long as I get something done and get it looking good, I think we're okay. Don't fucking live unwrap. Jesus. Everybody loves Jesus. I wasn't using this name in vain. Don't at me. Wow, okay. Okay. It's looking better. So this part will be habitable, and this part can be whatever it wants. So what we can do at this point is kind of play around with the shape of it. And it's a mushroom. It doesn't have to be symmetrical. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't even have to look pretty. It's a gosh dang mushroom. Stop. But I do want it to look pretty. I just also want it to be habitable. Maybe it's too tall. Maybe we can move it down a little bit. You just kind of do that. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's export this and see what it looks like. Hmm. Oh, I forgot. I think the roof is supposed to be a separate object. I don't really care. Wait, I suppose we could just, okay, so this, copy paste, and we're just gonna do this. No. There we go. That's what I wanted you to do. And then we delete you, and then we replace you with you. Oh, and then we could have like mushroom, like those little drum mushrooms. I forget what they're called, but they look like drums coming off. Yeah. Yeah. Just delete you. Suppose we could put a light source inside this, just to kind of make it look nice. Yeah, let's do that. Let's spotlight, and we're gonna make it static because we don't want those moving around, and we're just gonna stick it on. Sure. Nope, that's a spotlight. We want a point light. Static. Here. And we want the source radius to be pretty big, pretty big, pretty big. Not that big. That's a little too big. There we go. And attenuation radius can be like 10,000, and we just make it a nice, soft red orange. And we can just copy paste that into the bramble torch, or maybe we can't. Copy, paste. It's not an option. Okay. Can I just paste here? Nope. That's annoying. I hate that. Can I copy this? No. Great. Cool. Thanks, Unreal. Is this tanking my FPS? Yeah, I think it is. Uh-oh. Static. looks nice at least, but I really shouldn't. Make the whole thing static. Is that an option? Will that improve my yep. I have a feeling that this will break if I set it to and do the same for the tiki torch. Okay. Yes. There we go. Oh, what? Okay. It just hiccup for a second there, but it's fine now. The hell's what's causing lag over here? I'm so confused. Is it the terrain? Is the terrain causing lag? You look over here at the stuff where there's actually things, and it's like, yeah, we good. And then, wait. Is it you? What? Excuse me? The third person character is causing lag. Okay. Is it the material? I wonder. This is wonderful. I love this. Unreal Engine is crashed. I love you, Unreal. Okay. Well, that's fun. When Unreal comes back, we can probably work on interiors. Hello. Yeah, I know. Okay, let's... Apparently this is broken, so let's just change this back to a world grid. Maybe it's my grid shader that's causing it. Just the easiest possible material for Unreal to handle. It's so laggy. It's gonna crash again. When you change the materials on it, it's gonna crash? No, it's okay. It's really laggy. I don't have any experience with landscape, so I don't really know what's happening here. I don't know why it's being so crazy. Can I just delete the landscape? Yeah. Did that fix it? No. Well, are these back to dynamic again? Yeah, none of my changes saved. That's cool. I didn't realize you could do that. I didn't realize you could go through and change everything to static. Is it you? This was happening a long time ago with dynamic lights. So maybe that's... It's weird because it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And then it's really not fine. Like all of a sudden out of nowhere. Is it because there's overlapping lights? Change this down to like that. Okay, yeah, that fixed it. We're at 120 FPS now. Let's add the grass back. This looks terrible. Grass. Not you. Okay. Cool, we're back. We're back to 120 FPS. That was weird, so don't do that, I guess. Looks nice though. Looks good. I bet if we baked the lighting it would look great, but I don't want to try that right now. Where's my third person character? I deleted him because I thought he was causing lag. Because, you know, when you're desperate, you want to make... you want to think that the problem's not your fault. But it's usually your fault. Excuse me, what's... Why am I not possessing the third person character? Play. Why isn't it letting me play as the third person character anymore? This isn't what I wanted. God damn it. Okay. Huh. I didn't delete anything else, so I don't know why that's happening. I guess I'll make a new game mode, which I kind of don't want to do, but because I want to keep this as small as possible. There we go. I don't know why that was a thing. It used to work fine. It'll be crazy. Anyway, it's working. Okay. Okay. Well, guess let's do interiors. Let's start with the interior on this one. This one looks like it's going to be pretty easy. Let's see how hard it is to just pop in a mesh here and like give it. I don't know. What do you think the inside of a mushroom house should look like? I want to do planks, but I feel like that's bad because, you know, elves, they don't hurt nature. I actually saw a, yeah, you just do stone. Stone would be good because like they would carve out the mushroom and then, well, not carve it out, but you know, and then just kind of throw stone on the ground. That's an option. You can try that. And I saw this really nice looking texture. It was in like food, I think. Like edible. Where is it? Grass, gravel, ground, marble, moss, plaster, rocks, roofing, sand, snow, oil, stone, tile, wood, other. Edible. This is gonna freak some of you out with tryptophobia, so don't look too much at this. But this is what I want to use. Cottage cheese. It's just rice. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay, so then we take. Keep tapping my cup by mistake. Just put it to blender. And I'm just gonna take the interior of this. I'm gonna shift D, turn off snapping. I'm just gonna shrink it in a little bit. And then we're gonna P, selection, get you out of here. And this is going to be interior. And we're gonna switch this to that crisp bread material. Maybe this is a good idea. Maybe it's not. I'm not quite sure yet. You are going to be stone. I'm sure I've got a cobblestone material somewhere. Huh. Yeah, that's the one. Export to Blender. Okay, so we're just gonna move you up here just so I have a frame of reference. Okay. Gotta make sure that this links up with the outside, so. Excuse me. Oh, I guess I can do Alt B, can't I? Yeah, yeah, Alt B. Didn't work. Nothing happened. What's happening? Why isn't this working? Alt B. Control Alt B. Shift B. The thing that makes it so like you can't see anything but the what you select. What the hell? Box render blender. I'm confused. I could have sworn that this was a thing. Shift H? No. I'm so confused. This used to be a thing. I don't know what the keybind is for it. That's frustrating. It's fine, but like, what the hell? That's the bevel button. Oh my god, what? It's fine. It's just fucking weird. There used to be a keybind. There is a keybind, I just can't remember what it is. To draw a box and then... Hello? Ah, I see now. It's because I was, okay. 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 I'm upset with myself now. Okay. Anyway, moving on. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Okay, so around the edge, I do want to have some trim, and the trim is of course going to be the bark color. So let's just do that. Actually, let's just extrude, and then yeah, that's looking good. Okay, so this is the short fat interior first floor. And then for the tall one, we can probably use this same interior and just extrude it upwards, which would be quite cool. Yeah, let's give it a try. All right, so let's go over here. We are going to export this. I'm gonna have to import the no. Export FBX. Oh yes, it hates when you do that. It hates when you select text and then hit export, it just breaks. Please. Okay. Having trouble. All right, let's go ahead and import both this cobblestone into Unreal. And then the crisp bread. Now, you may be asking, Mike, why don't you just make another material? And it's because I don't want to do it on stream. The crisp bread is not exactly what I want, but it is a good amalgamation of, approximation is the word I was looking for, of what I want the mushroom interior to be. By the way, the mushroom skin is goat skin. I combined goat skin, mossy ground, forest mulch, and another mossy ground, and I got the mushroom skin that you see. Well done. You didn't import the crisp bread. Go. Go. Run, Barry. Okay. Now it's gonna do this. Cool. So I can rig up some doors here. That'd be fun. We're gonna have to open inwards because reasons. And cobblestone floor. Just want them to have the same name so they can import properly. Did I call it mushroom interior? Yeah, I did. Okay, so we just go over here, go to mushroom houses, import the interior, and it should be good to go. So let's copy, paste, replace. Yeah, nice. This looks very, very Morrowind. I'm not sure what to do with the roof yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay. Actor, door, BP. Mushroom house. No, door, BP. I'm just gonna make it a super simple, like you walk near it and it opens a door. Scene. Static. And on component begin overlap. Overlap component equal to debug character. Open door timeline. Play from start. And we're just gonna have this be a 1 second float that goes from 0 to 60. Shit. Okay, so if we want these to open properly, we have to make the scene component where the hinges are. So let's just do this. And yeah. And then we make the box overlap only pawn. This is not what will be in the final game. I just want something quick to test it out so you can walk in with the debug character. Okay, so you and you. I think Z. Yeah. Probably. It's not triggering. Oh, that's because this is not the blueprint. Excuse me. Now you open? No? Hello? 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 It's not working. Are these movable? Yeah, they're movable. That was an issue, but that's not going to make it stop working. Right. No, it doesn't see it. Ah, I had it hooked up to component, not actor. But that's okay. Still not working. What's it overlapping? That'll probably do it. I think it's because it was trying to get a reference to something that doesn't exist. Yeah, here we go. Wow, that's pretty awful. Shouldn't matter, right? Right. Je ne sais pas. Hello? Well, I mean, works now. So on end overlap. Yada, yada, yada. Cool. Okay. Just have to change this from 60 to like so far up. Yeah. Okay, and then the only thing stopping me from going inside now is the collisions, but you, I believe. So let's just give you complex. And you. Oh, we going inside now, boys. Oh, we going inside. We inside the house. Okay. Cool. Very cool. Very fun. I believe. Wow, it's laggy all of a sudden. Stop it! Stop yelling. Stop yelling. I'm gonna pet you. Oh, I'm petting you. He gets so mad. He's so mad. Stop it. Do you have any food? Let me go feed you. I'll be right back. Look at my mushrooms while I feed the cat. Let's go, come on. I know. Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know. Come here, buddy. I got you. No worry. You still gotta ask for food. He has been sated. His hunger has been fulfilled. Okay. Let's see if we can fit the collisions of you in here without breaking too much. Yeah, that looks fine. I have to make a second floor, but it looks fine. I feel like using complex is simple on this house is a bad idea. What if we gave it no collisions? Let's try it. So if we give it no collisions, then, well, I suppose. As long as you can walk in the door, but yeah, no, we're deleting all collisions. Okay, this probably won't break anything because you've still got the collisions of like the inside, right? Yeah, so I'm not too sure what I want to do with this. I could import a custom collision mesh. That's probably what I'll end up doing, actually. Not to worry about right now, though. Cool. All right, well, do you guys have anything else you'd like to see me do? I suppose we should just get the roof done here. Yeah, let's get that done before we wrap things up here. So we'll just do this and take you and kind of like do this. And just assign you the dirty mushroom flesh. Yeah. I don't think there's anything else I have to do with this. Well, that's something I have to do. Here we go. And we'll go over here, do the same thing. Okay. No, that doesn't look good, does it? It's not quite lined up. It's okay. We'll fix that later. Hello? Oh, that's why. It's because this is one block too high. Okay. Boop, boop. There you go. Now you're fitting good. Well, then I can take the whole thing and just be like, bah. Maybe I shouldn't though, because it doesn't look good. That's okay. That's okay. Zoop. Hello, it's me. Ah, it doesn't fit again. I think I just need to fix that in the model, but that's okay, it's fine here. Yeah, these are cute. These are really cute houses. I like this. I like this a lot. Well, it does not like you doing that. Okay. Okay. Anything else you guys want to see me do? I think I'm gonna wrap things up here. I don't have much else to contribute to my models right now in terms of ideas. That's cornbread, all right. Put like a lamp in here. Cha. That's cool. Oh, I love it. Okay, all right. Well, thank you guys for popping by, tuning in, coming to say hi. I really like the way these look. I'm very happy with them. The brambles are super cool. I'm happy with the workflow that I've developed in this stream. It looks good. If you guys have any other ideas for this, go ahead and let me know. I'll be around on Twitter and YouTube as always. I'm going to be doing a game jam next week, and I'll probably be streaming most of the process. It might be kind of boring, but you know, we'll get there. Other than that, thank you guys for popping by, tuning in, and I'll be seeing you again really soon, probably on Thursday or Friday, because game jam. And other than that, that is all for today. So goodbye, love you all, have a good night.